truth. That debate resolved that war-renouncing Article 9 of the Constitution should be revised. What a topic. Japan was disarmed by the Constitution. We have adopted the peace constitution or pacifist constitution. Does that work? We are without weapons. Look, does it work? Let the debate begin. Affirmative. The return of Sherlock Holmes with the same old pipe. I'm here as the joker. The renouncing war efforts is a joke. It's totally unheard of. They hastily drafted GHQ constitution needs to go. Any evidence to prove that unarmed neutrality works? Can you think of any country, anybody who is totally unarmed? Can they survive the way they should? Totally ridiculous. And people's thoughts are ridiculous and rubbish. Negative wind, back to American English with this lens. Number one, a joke. Was the symbolic emperor's own message a joke? It's a divine message for the Showa Tenno. Was that a joke? Number two, unheard of. What do you mean that? It's been, the practice has been around, it's just the indication that it has worked. So there's no problem with it at all. Number three, you said sloppily drafted. What's wrong with that? It is for the, the story of winner's justice. And the loser cannot draft a constitution because it is only the winner who has total control of the situation. There's nothing wrong with it. Negative rock, general headquarters, supported by Japan's top lawmakers, Shihara Kijuro and Suzuki Kantaro, Yoshida, you name it. These are part of the plot. And so the GHQ left us no choice but to accept the peace constitution that was a joint effort. It was cooperatively done. What's wrong with it? It's just, the joint work. And it has worked. It's an indication of what works is good. It's a totally pragmatic consideration. Affirmative. Back to Sherlock Holmes. First, do you have any proof that the GHQ and the Japanese were in it for Articles 9? Were they cooperating behind the scenes? Do you have any evidence to prove it? Do you have any conclusive evidence to prove it? Number two, what do you mean by no choice? It could have been done if some of them have tried harder. I don't see any reason why they just gave up on it. Number three, negative says it has worked. Has it worked? What do you mean by that? Just because of the fact that Japanese keep winning gold medals in the Olympics doesn't mean that the Japan has been at peace. Come on. Affirmative, it's hard if Sherlock Holmes to get hot. They pretend that they are cool under pressure, but I will try harder to live up to your expectations. Can constitutionally defenseless Japan protect its coastal areas over the South Sea, China Sea? Scrap the article to make Japan counter bluff. That's American English. I prefer to say to play tougher, play harder to counter there are threats. It goes against the British style, but it might as well for the Japanese to be more defensively aggressive or aggressively defensive. Negative! I can't stand the British English. They totally ridiculous. Pardon my British English. Back to American English. What I found him saying is that you had a fire, you had the flat tire, and so they have to change the car. There's any need, any compelling reason for them to change the car just because they had a flat tire. So what we are arguing is that just the flat tire, we have to give them as much as they get from us. So, the fear begets fear. It's a sort of a the kite that is trapped. So the fear builds on the other person's fears, building up and escalating into another war. That's bad. Negative water cool down. If Japan gets hot militarily again, deja vu all over again, Moto Kitamichi. Look, 71 years of peace and prosperity will go up in smoke just like that. And that's bad. Abenomics gets us all worked up. If you read the Economist magazine in London, and Abe is huffing, puffing, but real intention on the part of the Abenomics is that to revise the Constitution. It is totally political. So, but if we follow the affirmative sanction assertion or contention, Japan will be doomed. Affirmative, Sherlock Holmes argue. Don't make me laugh. The negative assertion, totally ridiculous, rubbish. It deserves to go into the dustbin. If unarmed Japan doesn't get serious, Japan will be up for grabs. All the other neighboring nations try to devour Japan. The rising sun keeps sinking. We once said that the sun never sets in the great empire, but by the same token, the rising sun will turn out to the sinking sun if you are not allowed to arm themselves. So why don't you get real? Be more realistic like the British instead of blue and red. Follow our example. Go purple. 判定。それでは皆さんお気づきになりましたか？急に皇帝がイギリス英語になっちゃってですね、戦争を忘れて緊急事態発生して急にシャーロック・ホームズに戻って急にイギリス英語に変えました。イギリス英語って非に難しいんですね。非常にサーカス的になるんですけど、今回はどちらかを見ましてですね、私のシナリオの書くのがまずかったのが、皇帝側がね、GHQ に押し付けられたってやったのは、これはまだ藪の中ですね。今、徹底的に調べたら、徹底的に押し付けられたもんじゃないという事実がどんどん出てきました。これ、確証というのはスモーキングガンというんですけどね、堤行さんとも昨日話をしました。言ってきました。これはまあ分かりません。押し付けじゃなくて下から言ったものだっていう声が上がってきてるんですよ。こういう事実がなくて立論立てたら無理があったんですよね。だからそういうことでイギリス英語という気持ちにね、私入ってたんですけども、ディベートそのものは事実。そのものを見ますとまだ時期尚早。だから否定が勝ちましたね。気持ちはまだ会見にもあるんですけど、今回は否定が勝ち。サムライトークcoming up。